President Yoweri Museveni has today launched the formal negotiations between the National Resistance Army and the Sabataka's negotiating team, negotiations which will work out mechanisms for handing back cultural sites presently occupied by the National Resistance Army. The Sabataka's negotiating team, which met the president at State House Entebbe, was led by the team's chairman, Professor Apollo Nsibambi, and included, among others, the team's vice chairman, Mr. Naduli Kibare, and the Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Honorable Mayanja Nkanji. The National Resistance Army side was led by Major General Eri Tumine and included, among others, the Army Commander Major General Mujisha Muntu and the Secretary for Defense, Dr. Ben Mbonye. In his comments, the President said,
I have invited you here today so that you start negotiations on the issue of the return of cultural sites to the care of the traditional institutions of the Buganda people of our country. Owing to the interest I have taken in this issue since 1986, I have come to think, and I have done this on account of my position as the political head of the country, I have come to think that there are three important traditional cultural institutions of the Buganda. I could be educated more if this is not the case. And these are His Highness the Sabataka, one, the Balangira, and three, the clan leaders. I have found these three to be useful on two counts. First of all, they are genuinely cultural, and of course also traditional. Secondly, they are apolitical. They are not political, they are apolitical. They look to be genuinely cultural. It is these two qualities that convinced me to initiate this move. Because when I initiated this, don't think that I did not think about it. I also thought about it, whether it would be good for the country or not good for the country. Now, when I was convinced on those 2 points, that these institutions are cultural, traditional, and apolitical, not to be used to politically to disturb the country. That's why I took the initiative. I was able to convince these people in the Army Council that, gentlemen, I think these people are harmless. They will not do harm to the country. If I thought that they could do harm to the country, I wouldn't do it. I cannot. So I really like to make this point very clear. I cannot be a party to the type of obscurantist politics that caused so much damage to Uganda in the past. The NRM organized the youth from all parts of Uganda to be able to sweep from power those opportunistic forces that contributed in one way or another to the tragedies of Uganda in the past 30 years. Therefore, right from the start of our formal contacts, and I'm emphasizing formal contacts, because we have been having contacts, but they were not formal. I've been having contacts with all of you in the past, but now we are having formal contacts. I would like to emphasize the above two qualities of the institutions I have mentioned. I have singled out cultural and traditional on the one hand, and apolitical on the other. We should quickly dispose of the destruction of this issue so that we zero in on the issues of development of the people of Buganda and Uganda in general. Because also when we talk about what you call Ebyaffe, I don't know whether you included me or you excluded me. Ebyaffe should not end on these cultural things. When I move around in all these areas of Uganda, including Uganda, there's a lot of poverty. Abantu bavu. Bandibuzo bingi. So I would like to, in fact, I've been blaming members of parliament. I don't know if there's any member of parliament here, apart from Mayanja, because they don't do much for their people. You find that abantu bavu, and yet they shouldn't be bavu, because we can produce. For instance, not recently, about a few months ago, I was in Ikisozi, where I've got a farm. And I talked to those people there. Says Mukolachi, my neighbors there. They said, no, tuliao. Buliao na himu. Esente muzijawa. Ate munange tuzulaba. Then I said, but how do you support yourselves? Says tuliao, just there. Then I said, but they have nothing. The land is there, they just produce sweet potatoes, eat it, that's all. A few beans here. Then I said, but suppose I bring you something to produce, will you agree? Then they said, trees of Chitunramu. It was as if I was applying for a job. It is me to be examined. They said, trees of Chitunramu. Then I said, okay. So the next time I went, then I inquired to see what my people there could produce. Now somebody told me that somebody had come here and told me about red pepper. I had talked to this man of Shell on red pepper for my soldiers, the families of soldiers. Because you find a soldier is working, but his wife is just at home doing nothing. So I said, why don't the families, the wives, use the land around the barracks to cultivate something to sell, so that they have got two incomes. Omusara gw'omusirikale n'omukyala wabwe ekyanatunda. So I started that program in the army, and I've been working with using Serwanga there to implement it. And we went to Magamaga, there was land there, and we tilled it. So I knew that red pepper could be used. So I took this man of the Shell to my people there in Kisozi, and I introduced him to them. I said, Mzungu unaliwano, see what can be done. And then this Mzungu told me that in 1 acre, if they grow the red pepper properly, in 1 year somebody could get 500,000 shillings, according to the price of the red pepper. So now I have left those people on the red pepper. Now what I would like is a project like this everywhere. You know, tukukubala tulabe kiki kyetunalima kyetusobola abantu baffe kye banalima basobola okutunda bave mu bwavu. You see. So while we are talking about this, I also want the Ebyaffe must be broadened so that we include obwavu kugoba obwavu mu bitundu byaffe. I am a bit proud, and I want to mention this in Parliament when I come there, because in my area people were very backward in the 60s and 50s. They were very backward people, nomads. They were not staying in one place. But since the 60s, when I was still in the school, in the university, I started mobilizing them. First I convinced them to settle down. Kubanga sagala abantu baffe wano babiri mu bino byawano obwavu busigale eri wansi. That one I will not agree with. You see. Sandyagadde abantu baffe wano mu Buganda bakoleki what is the bagumaze kwe bino bya cultural beerabire obulamu bwabwe which will obuyigirize bw'abaana, you know, what will really change the quality of life in the homesteads, because that's where we shall really get the development. So when we say Ebyaffe, we should broaden it. Nange erindi mutakeri, but I've been working on my people. Now see, when I have told them to settle down. They have settled down now. I have now told them how to sell milk. Kubanga emabega yona babadde balina ente naye tebaguza mata. Naye kati baguza mata. And if you see what is happening, you know, building manyumba, so muje mundambule. So we are sure that we are talking about the population as a whole. Abakungu n'abantu aba bulijjo mu kitundu kyaffe kino ekya Buganda, as well as of course in other parts of Uganda. So I said we should quickly dispose of the destruction of this matter so that we zero in on the issues of development of the people of Buganda and Uganda in general. On this side is sitting a government delegation. I have authorized them to discuss with you the return of the cultural sites. After you have agreed, I will have to involve other institutions of state, especially the NRC, to repeal the special pensions, former rulers, and Constitutional Heads Act of 1967 provisions that put these properties into the hands of the central government. I wish you all happy deliberations. Thank you very much.
In his response, the chairman of the Sabataka's negotiating team, Professor Apollon Sivambi, thanked the president for the decision which the NRA and the government have taken to return the cultural sites, and said that the cultural roots of the people must be secure so that they concentrate on development.
First of all, I bring you greetings from Sabataka. He knew of this meeting and I had some discussions with him. He sends greetings and appreciation. We would like to pay a special tribute to you personally and to the NRM government, because since 1986 we have been on the mend. In 1966, our traditions, our culture, were brutally assaulted. At that time, it appeared as if this would be confined to an area. But this brutality had far-reaching consequences for the entire polity of Uganda. But since 1986, we have noted that you have created an enabling environment. This enabling environment is characterized by predictability, political sobriety, and fairness. You have been very fair to us. And our involvement in matters cultural is not a local matter. We believe that our roots must be secure. When we are secure and we know our roots, then we can harness different areas, culturally, economically, and even politically, so that there is sobriety. We are aware that we must be united in this country, because unity has eluded this country and has been exploited by external forces. It has been a laughing stock. So as we handle these matters, our objectives include the unity of Uganda. It is paramount. In fact, my personal view is that even Uganda is very small. Africa must unite, because we are now confronting global forces which are really taking advantage of the continent in a very naked manner. So I stand for the unity of Africa. I stand for the sobriety of Africa. But you cannot deal with larger issues when the roots are faulty. Hence our involvement in these very cherished cultural and traditional matters. We are aware that there are issues to be refined, but you have given us the security. You have indicated to us that you are fair, and we shall negotiate with you, knowing that we are not dealing with someone who is not oblivious of our needs and who is not fair. And as we do so, we also would like to think of many issues ahead of us, especially 1994. We must work together and ensure that this country remains sober, remains predictable, and it also associates itself fully with other parts of the world in a dignified form. Mr. President, thank you once again.
Speaking on the same occasion, Honorable Mayanja Nkanji expressed appreciation to the President for the move taken and emphasized the indispensability of the unity of the people of Uganda.
Mukama wange olunaku luno waliwo ennaku nga bbiri nze ng'omuntu endowooza ng'Abaganda zibajja okujjukira. Ezisooka Maayi 23, 24, olulala Novemba 21, 92, lunaku lwa leero. Maayi 23, amagye g'Obote gaatuwaliriza okuva mu bitu nze nali Butikkiro nenziruka Buddusi nga amasasi gakubwa nga Ssekabaka ali munda bamukuba amasasi ne tuvaamu. Olwaleero otegeeza Obuganda nti ife ebyo ebyatwalibwa mu maanyi wasalawo mu byobufuzi n'omukulu w'eggwanga obutaddazibwayo mu maanyi. Egendo ekyo ndaba kikulu nnyo mu ggwanga lyaffe. Wabaddewo gavumenti kumpi 6 mulamba kuva 6 ezibaddewo mu Uganda, naye tezizzangayo kintu kino wa bintu bino n'akamu. Era kwemu kuyo nagezaako nezijja wano mu State House neŋŋamba yalimu omukulu ne mugamba ssebo ebigambo bino biri bitya, n'agamba biveeko n'ensirika. Naye kaakati gavumenti yo ne NRM batunudde mu bintu ebyakolebwa ne bitukolebwa bulungi ebikolebwa mu bukyamu ne mugamba biddeyo. Era ogambye okoze political decision, togambye muleete amagye kuba waniza okugamba kale mujye mutuggyemu oba muyina amaanyi. Naye si kyogambye, ogambye tutuulidde ebintu ne tulaba ekituufu okukola kubizzaayo. Era twebaza kuba ekintu ekikulu. Nze mmanyi teri Abaganda bangi okubeera kw'amagye mu bitundu bino, mu bifo ebyo kitwalibwa ng'akabonero ak'okulaga ondabye nkuwangule nakuwangula nkutuddeko. Kwegamba ekintu ekyo toyinza ngono bwagambye toyinza kwetawo kukolagana kwa nnamaddala mu ggwanga omuntu alowooza nti ono yanjiikiriza. Okuyiikiriza busobola okumanya kyanjiikiriza. Abayudaaya baba batwala mu buwaŋŋanguse olwo bagambanga Yerusaalemi Yerusaalemi, buli kaseera nga batunuulira wa Yerusaalemi. Kwegamba kakiri mu kitereezezza nesiraba nsonga nti waliwo ebirala ebikulu biyinza okulowoozebwako ebiyinza okugaana ate Abaganda okwongera obugezi okugenda mu maaso okukolaganira mu ggwanga kubanga ffena tuli bantu bamu. Bulijjo ngeri kyogera nti okuva Abazungu ne bajja ne tukola protectorate twafumbiriganwa. Obufumbo obwo nga bonna kuteekwa kugenda mu maaso. Kirungi okulaba nti tugenda mu maaso. Nsanyuse nnyo ku lunaku luno okunze ng'omuntu yali Emmengo 23 nazze wano olwaleero okuwulira ng'omukulu w'eggwanga agamba ebintu ffe twasalawo biddeyo. So se tugambye muleete mundu omwagala mubizeeyo olw'amaanyi kubanga Obote kyeyalowooza ng'alowooza nti amaanyi galya, naye amaanyi mu kufuga eggwanga tegalya. Bw'ova ku maanyi waliwo obwenkanya bayita justice. Tusanyuse nnyo Mukama wange olw'ebigambo byogedde olunaku lwaleero.